Hello friends, and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my very exciting journey from full-time teacher to full-time Etsy shop owner and YouTuber. So if that is something that you think you would like to see, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. In today's video, we are going to be closing out the month of December and closing out the year of 2021. Yay! What an exciting year. If you missed my video where I went over, what did I call it? I think, how much I made in Etsy and YouTube this year. It's a very interesting video to see like where we started and where we ended. So if you haven't seen that video, I would recommend you checking that out. And tomorrow I will be back with the January budget setup. So today we're going to close it out and tomorrow we will start January. So that's it. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. I also have her Filofax. I have links to her website and everything I used today down in the description box below. And anytime I have a coupon code for you, it is also in the description box below. Okay, so I always like to start with my expense tracker. What I do is I use one expense tracker per week and then I color code them by category and then I make a key at the bottom where I calculate the total for each category for that week. Then when I go to close out my month, which we're going to do today, I can go back and just add the weeks together because all the information is right there for me and it makes it very convenient. As you'll notice, some yellows and blues, that means we had some extra miscellaneous and food expenses this week. So let's go ahead and go over to the calendar. This is where I track everything that I've spent. So starting with bills. We had 2 bills come out this week, and actually I wasn't planning on any bills coming out, so it was a bit of a surprise because this is actually a 5th week. But we have just gotten HBO, I think it's called HBO Max. We decided to cancel our subscription to the Disney Channel and we've gotten HBO. I really wanted to see the new Sex and the City series and then there were some things that David wanted to see, and we're not really using, Logan's not really using the Disney one, so we decided to do that instead. Okay, and then State Farm came out. I usually pay that the first week of the month. Like as you'll see, it came out, it was the 30th last month too. Oh, interesting. Okay. And it was the 30th this month. So I guess it comes out always on the 30th, maybe? And it was $134. Okay, so moving on to debt. We made 2, you can't even tell the way I wrote it here. This is $1,715, so $1,715. So we made 2 extra debt payments this week. The first one was for $1,750. So that was a really good amount. And then I made a second extra debt payment of $900. So that $1,750 is for our business debt, and this $900 was for the final family debt that we had. They were both in the same card, but it was actually my business card and I used it for family expenses. So family expenses are now off of the business card, which is great. And we already got a good start in paying off the business card. Okay, moving on to food. I'm out of blue, that's why I'm using gray. So our groceries this week, we spent $150 on groceries. And then this week, David was off of work. So one night, David, Logan, and I, we had dinner. We had some takeout together. And that was on the 30th. And that was $24. Okay, moving on to gas. We did not spend any of our gas money this week. Okay, moving on to miscellaneous. So we had a few miscellaneous expenses. First, we had a pharmacy payment of $6. That was for a prescription. For David, he's the only one still on like a traditional insurance plan. Jacob, Logan, and I are all on Medicaid or Medicare. I'm not sure which one it is. We're on one of those. Okay, then Jacob helped me in my Etsy shop, and I gave him $60 out of our family account. I didn't count it as a business expense because I just gave money to my son who helped me out. It wasn't, he's not working for me now, and I just gave him money, so I gave it to help me with some stuff. So that's what that was. And then finally, we've had such a great month in the Etsy shop that David and I talked, and I'm like, I really need some new shoes. I wear tennis shoes, and I'm on my feet most of the time while I'm working. So I have worn, like, I literally worn holes in my shoes. And David and I agreed that I earned some new shoes. So I got some new tennis shoes. They haven't arrived yet. I'm so excited to get those and put them on. It will be very nice. Sorry, this payment to Jacob was actually on the 31st. Okay, and then spending money. We had $45 of spending money, which was 20 for me, 20 for David, and 5 for Logan. Then our sinking funds, debt snowball, is 0. I think I'm going to change this to just sinking funds, because when I do make a debt payment, I'm including it as a debt payment. This is really like a debt snowball payment. So I'm going to change the red to just straight sinking funds. And when I make an extra debt payment, it's going to be part of debt. Okay, and then finally, our savings challenge was $23. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out the budget for the final week, and then we will go ahead and close out the month as well. Okay, so starting up here with the rollover, we had $16.80 as a rollover amount. Then I brought in, between Etsy and YouTube, I brought in $2,018. So that's what I mean by it's been a good month. We usually bring in $250 for each of those, so it would normally be like a total $500. So that was really good. It's been such a good month. Okay, $16.80 plus $20.18 is $36.98. Okay, so originally I thought we weren't going to have any bills, so I just wrote 0, but we had HBO Max, which, how much was that for? That was $16. And then State Farm came out on the 30th, which was $134. Okay, so $134 plus 16, that is $150. So $36.98 minus $150. That brings us down to $35.48. Okay, coming down to our variable expenses. So we spent all the money we had in our food envelope, plus we went out to eat that one time. So it's $150 plus 24, which would be $174. So we spent $174 on food. And then gas, we did not spend anything, so let me check. I don't think we spent anything, but let me just double check. Yeah, we still have 20 in there, so I'm going to take that out. Okay, miscellaneous. I think we did spend some miscellaneous. Let me check. Oh, yeah. So we have 50 left, but we had put 65 in that envelope, so we spent $15 on miscellaneous expenses. And then spending money, we did spend our 45, and the savings challenge was 23. Okay, so our total, let's add all that together and see what the total would be. $257, and I'm just going to double check my math, make sure I did that right. $257. Okay, so $35.48 minus $257. We are left with $3,291. So I'm just going to move this $70 off to the side for right now. Okay, so $32.91. So we did not do any sinking funds this week. in the new year, I have decided that I am going to do sinking funds every week instead of once a month. So you'll see that change coming up in January. Okay, so that is nothing. So we still have $32.91, $32.91. Okay, so business debt, we paid off $17.15. For family debt, I wasn't planning on it, but then I went ahead and did it, and I went ahead and paid off the $900 that we owed there. So how much did we put towards debt or extra debt? We put $26.15, so $2,615 towards extra debt. That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay, $32.91. minus $26.15, that is $676. So we are left with a rollover of $676. Now this $70 is part of this amount, so I'm going to make sure I put that back in the bank. We're going to roll all of this over to help us start January, ending the month with 0. So whenever I have money that needs to go into the bank, I stick it in my wallet back here. So there's a few dollars that need to go into the bank. And once a week, I go to the bank to withdraw for my take-home pay, and then I will deposit this money at that time. So I always do deposit the same day I do a withdrawal. Okay, so we are going to move on to, we're going to go ahead and close out the month. Okay, I'm hoping to get to this sometime next week, maybe even the following week, because we are crazy busy with Etsy orders right now. Right now, as of this moment, I'm actually closing the shop in the morning for the rest of the week, I believe, because we have more orders than we did on Black Friday. We have passed back Black Friday sales for this week, so I need to really focus on that. So anyway, so I'm hoping to get to this soon. This will be coming, and it'll be really interesting to see how much money total we were able to pay off this year. Okay, so starting with the monthly budget category breakdown. So I have found, I found with these worksheets, I need to only use them for things that are going to be helpful for me. For me, it doesn't matter what I budgeted versus what I spent and what the difference is. To me, the only thing I care about is how much I spent in each category and what % of my budget that is, because I need that information to compare it to last month and in a couple pages here, and I want to see the difference there. I think this would be helpful, like if you're having a really hard time, like back last year, I was spending way more on food than I was budgeting, so like looking at that would be helpful, but I just at a point where this is not necessary. So this is one step I don't need to do. So our total monthly inflow is $7,265. It's crazy, so crazy. So David brings home like $1,892, and I usually add another about $1,250 to that. So that's why this is like just so crazy to me. Okay, so I don't think I used this worksheet last year, or it didn't exist last year, but I've used it today. I was looking through things and I'm like, oh, this is really helpful, and I don't know why I never used it, but it's seeing how much of your money went to debt and savings and what % went to those. So out of our total monthly inflow, we ended up paying $4,090 towards debt. That means we put 56% of our income this month towards paying off debt, which is very exciting because that's our focus right now. So we should have a big % going to that. And then here's just the breakdown of where everything went. Mortgage, SUV, student loan, the business credit card, and then the family, well, still the credit card debt. So business credit card debt and family credit card debt. So, and then over here in savings, we have two categories. We have sinking funds and our savings challenge. So we end up putting $400 this month towards those two. And we have the breakdown, we put $233 in sinking funds and $167 in our savings challenges. So I just thought that was interesting information. Yeah, guys, I didn't use this. It's so sad. It's so beautiful, and I never used it. Hopefully I will get use of that next month. Okay, so where did my money go? So in December, what what does she call it? Our inflow, our total monthly inflow was $7,265. So in November, we had $7,054, but that's because I had taken out $3,503 from our savings account, which was my last teaching check, and I had deposited that into our November account, and we used that money to make a big balloon payment to loan number 2. So, so this was not the amount of income we made, where this is actual income that we made. So this is the amount of income that we made in November. This is the amount of income that we made in December. So like you can see, it is a huge difference. And November was a really good month for us. We were so excited to have that much to work with in November. So 7,265 minus 3,810. So that is a difference. We made an additional $3,455 this month. That's why I'm experiencing a little bit of growing pains with the Etsy shop, because I have so many orders and I've also lost Jacob's help. So anyways, that's why. I have more information about that coming. Well, I'll just tell you. So Jacob is going to be coming back to work for me starting Wednesday next week. So I'm so excited about that. He's actually not going to be coming here, but he is going to be working remotely from his apartment. So it will be really interesting as we figure all of that out, but I'm just so grateful to have his help because I need it. I need his help. Okay, so debt. So this is how much we spent and what percent of our budget went to that category in November and December, and then this is the difference. So in November, we paid $4,719 towards debt, which was amazing. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. And then, but remember, $3,503 of that was from our savings account. This was straight from our income this month. So the difference is we paid less in debt overall. So let's see. 4,719 minus 4090, that's 629. So we paid 629 less, which sounds funny because we actually paid so much more. That's just because of the, yeah, anyways. Okay, bills. We ended up paying more towards bills this month. 867 minus 693. So we ended up spending $174 more on bills this month. On food, we ended up spending $7 less this month. On gas, we ended up spending $60 less. We did a lot less driving in December. For miscellaneous, we spent more. I think that the biggest part of that was my new shoes that are coming. So 362 minus 168, that is 194. So we spent 194 more. I'm going to put a plus because I always get confused. So more. Okay. And then spending, we spent $10 more. Oh yeah, that was, we topped Logan off so he could pay off his debt to David, which David ended up giving him all back, all 80 of it back. But anyways, okay, so, and then sinking funds, we put less in sinking funds this month. So 345 minus 322, that was a difference of $23. We put $23 less this month. And savings challenges, ooh, we almost doubled, it looks like. 167 minus 88. So we put $79 more this month than we did last month. And then our rollover, so 448 minus 259 is 189. So we have more of a rollover this month. Okay, friends, so that is it for the month of December, and that is it for the year 2021. I am going to go ahead and set up January, and that will be in my next video, which will hopefully be coming out tomorrow. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.